Alright, good morning and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the most important thing you could probably learn about how to prove the existence of God. Okay, are you guys ready for this video? I'm extremely excited. Okay, so I just learned this and I've learned it a while back, but it didn't really make full sense to me, so hopefully I can explain it clearly. So I'm going to use 3 ways to explain the only 3 ways I think you need that. People be like, oh, look at, the Big Bang Theory, more absolutes, free will, this stuff. Yeah, those correlate. And I used to have that too. But in order to get on everybody's level, to the point where they can't even deny, like they can deny, maybe we don't have free will. Maybe just we don't know about the Big Bang yet. They say that a lot. Maybe there's a creation to the Big Bang. Okay, so here, we're going to use their own logic. Part of the first point is laws of logic, okay? Which it'll be the laws of logic, laws of nature. So basically, laws of logic are some things that are it's just logical. It's just like, what are you doing, man? Why are you sleeping on the floor when you have a bed right there? Like, imagine that. Think about that. I'm in my room right now. I have a bed right here. Why would I sleep on the floor when I have a bed? What's logically correct? You know what I mean? It's logical for me to eat and drink. If I don't eat and drink, I'm gonna die. It's logical, okay? And even people are like, oh no, logic is created by humans. Hold on. And they say truth is created by humans. Well, if logic is created by humans, before humans existed, was there gravity? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, so there is truth. And that leads to the second point, which is, the laws of nature basically is just like gravity and stuff like that, and neuro stuff. Some of that scientific stuff that I don't know too much about, but that's the laws of nature. Is that how is there laws of nature? How is there laws of mathematics? How is there laws of logic? Basically, that's what laws of logic leads to, is laws of nature. Because we can, guess what? Because we have laws of logic, we can go find out, is there gravity? And we now know there is gravity, and we know for truth that there is gravity. So every atheist has to admit that there is logic and there is truth. They don't have a choice. They literally, if they deny that, they deny their even existence. And at that point, don't even talk to them. It's pointless. It's literally pointless. Like, and you can ask them, like, you ask them, is there truth? And they'll say, no, there is no truth. Well, hold on, you're making a truth claim about that there is no truth. That's very idiotic, because here's the thing. There is truth, and you're making a truth claim that there is no truth. No, there is truth. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 does not equal 3. That's a truth claim. So then, the third question would be the last one. So the second one was truth. So the first one was laws of logic, laws of nature. Second one is truth. Is there truth? And then, but in the third one, then, it would be explicitly perfect. Because here's the thing. If there is no God, the third point is, does God exist, basically? But the third point I'm going to say is that if there is no God, then how can anything exist, like laws of nature, laws of logic, truth? How can it exist if there is no God? If there is no God, then there's multiple truths. There's multiple, like when you go to Hinduism, there's multiple truths. There's, like, they have multiple gods. So that means there would be multiple truths, multiple ways of logic, multiple natures. But instead there's only one gravity, one truth, that there is gravity. And the truth is that there is gravity. The truth is that I am making a YouTube video right now. That is truth. And I'm using my logic to make it clear. Just like when you go to school and you're preparing for a test, you're using your logical reason to study the math test to know that 2 × 2 = 4. And you're making a truth claim that 2 × 2 = 4. And if you get that wrong, you understand the point. But basically the whole point is that I write down is that, subjective. I always go over this. My favorite point, atheism, is subjective reality. They can't live it out. And if there is no God, then everything's subjective. There's multiple truths and there's multiple logic. But we know that there is always truth. Always truth. It's objective. And there's always ways of logic, and those are objective. And those, as we pointed out before, do not depend on human beings. They just exist. They just are. Since the beginning of the world. Without humans, is there heaven and earth? Or, my man, we'll just say earth for atheist's sake. Is there earth? Is there an ocean? Yes. So the logical reasons still exist, and the truth claims still exist, even without humans. So this is, to me, I know it might not make things too much sense, and I try to dim it down as much as I can, because this to me is just point proof, because the third point really makes it explicit that if there is no God, that means there's no truth, there's no logic. But like I said, you observe reality. There is logic and there is truth. So hold on, what? If there is no God, there is no truth and there is no logic. Because it's all subjective, it's all morality, it's all nothing. But no, the order and the design of the chaos. Did I just say chaos? The order and design of the cosmos is that there is a God. So hopefully you guys use these three arguments, and hopefully this explains it, and we can keep going on to prove that Jesus Christ is God. All right? And obviously, then if there is a God in the third point, then it's like, who is that God? And it's very, very easy, because in a past video I proved monotheism is the only way. Because like I said, if there is not monotheism, that means there's multiple truths and there's multiple logics. But as we talked about, there's only one truth. It's either there is gravity or there's not. There is God or there's not. It's either I'm making a video right now or I'm not. There's always one truth. So that means there is a monotheistic God or there's not. But if there is multiple gods, then that means there's multiple truths. But obviously, when we identify reality, there is not multiple truths. This is one water bottle right here, and I just touched it right there. That's a truth right there. I did not touch it. You would have saw that. Okay, we observe our reality through the laws of logic. And then, obviously, you prove, that there is monotheism. That would be, I guess, the fourth point, okay? I guess we're making multiple points, but we're going to keep this short and sweet, simple. Last point right here, right now. The fifth point would be then, if there's monotheism, Judaism, Islam, Christianity. There's not really any other ones with any sliver of evidence. And obviously we know Judaism is just not a complete version of Christianity. I don't know how they reject the Messiah. I have different videos on this. Daniel 9:26 accurately predicts hundreds of years before Jesus Christ. Isaiah 53, hundreds of years before Jesus Christ. And we have found that Dead Sea Scrolls, literally proven historically reliable, archaeologically reliable, all these things. And it proves that the Messiah was supposed to come, suffer, die, put to death, rise again from the dead. Isaiah 53 verse 10 and so on says that he's going to rise from the dead, and we put to death for our sins. And that exactly happened. That exactly predicted. Okay, well, that means Judaism missed their Messiah. It's not a complete Christianity. So Christianity is right. Okay, what about Islam then? Well, Islam rejects the Bible, and the Islamic dilemma is the easiest thing in the world. As Surah 547 in the Quran says that you need to go judge by the Torah and the Gospel. But then you go and judge by the Torah and the Gospel, and it says Jesus Christ is God in the New Testament. Okay, well, what's going on right here? And in the Old Testament too, so Jesus Christ is God. Okay, well, either the Quran is lying, that makes it false. Pretty simple. Or the Bible has been corrupted, but why does the Quran say that you should go judge by the Torah and the Gospel? It's pretty stupid. So Islam's destroyed, and Muhammad, literally explicitly, in Galatians 1:8, Paul explicitly says, there's no other gospel after this. This is it. And Judaism is complete. Once the Messiah comes, there's no other Messiah. It's done. So Islam's just a defeating claim that trying to fit itself in a monotheistic religion, which is idiotic. So there you go. Those are the 5 points. Then you just compare the 5 and prove that Jesus Christ is God and Christianity is true. That is so easy. I just made an 8-minute video that you could probably show this to every single atheist to know that Jesus Christ is God. Wow. Glory to Jesus, man. I love apologetics.